We are going to tackle my entire makeup collection today. I am not a beauty YouTuber and therefore I don't think I need this many products, especially look at how many lipsticks. Starting from the base, I actually have a dedicated wear test video of pretty much all of these products, and I already know that I am decluttering the Exa combo. This is the primer and the Fidelity foundation combo. I just do not like how heavy they feel on the skin, and I think at this point they have expired too. If you watched the wear test video, you know this is the winner, my all-time favorite, perfect amount of coverage and feels super light on the skin. It's the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. Great product from Merit. It's their complexion stick that basically is just great to travel with. So I'm gonna keep this for travel purpose, but I probably won't repurchase just because I know the Merit one is a bit easier to apply. This is a tester bottle of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, more of a primer, but I recently got it, so I haven't given this enough chance to try. I'm gonna wait until the colder months when my skin is a bit dry to use this to add a bit of glow to the skin. This one is tough because I love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, but I think the shade that I have, which is for neutral, is too dark. So I mixed it with the Dull Tan, what is this? Super Coverage Serum with niacinamide to basically even out the shade. And I've had this foundation for quite a while. It is valid for 18 months. So I'm gonna try and use it up and just repurchase the correct shade. This is from a Chinese brand called Judy Doll. It doesn't have the best coverage, but I've also used quite a bit of it. And I think this is on the verge of being expired. And because I don't really like the coverage that much, I'm gonna declutter this. Another powder foundation from Dull Tan. I've also used a good chunk of it, and this one is a better shade match for me, so I'm gonna keep this. Also because it's got like some sort of skin benefiting ingredients. Yeah, it's called serum powder, so I feel like this is half skincare as well, so I'm gonna keep this. Chanel one, truly keeping this so that I have the beautiful packaging, but I talked about how it kind of smells like saliva. I'm gonna get past that and just try to use it up because I got this not too long ago. And I do like when my skin is feeling nice, this looks really nice on the skin. I really like how fine the powder is. Out of all the base products, we are keeping 8 and getting rid of 3. A few more face products. I have 3 different powders. I do like all 3 of them. This one I always just keep in my handbag. This is from the Japanese brand Elegance, and it is really gorgeous. I love the colors and it immediately mattifies the skin, really high quality, and I just love the packaging as well. So keeping. The Rimmel Stay Matte is a forever repurchase, and I am about to use up my, I think this is my 2nd or 3rd one. And this is the Laura Mercier loose powder, so I have maybe less than half of it left, so I'm gonna try and use it up too. This is pretty good too, but I just feel like the Rimmel Stay Matte is like cheap and effective, so I'll probably forever be repurchasing this one. The Catrice Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I really don't use spray post makeup, and this one looks like it's separating at the bottom too, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I have this random freckle pen from Freck. I don't think I've ever used it. I think it was gifted. I just don't ever see myself using a freckle pen, so I'm gonna declutter this. Out of the 3 concealers that I have, I know for sure this Ulak one is a bit too old, and I think the shade isn't the perfect match, so I'm getting rid of it. And the NARS one, I am embarrassed to say that I've had this for probably 5+ years. I mean, I've used a good chunk. There's still a good chunk left. I just really love it for spot concealing. Like if I have a giant pimple, I usually just dab it on after I put on my base product. So even though I know for sure it's expired, I'm gonna keep it just because I don't apply it directly onto my skin. I apply it on top of foundation. So I'm gonna use it up and then will likely repurchase. This Catrice True Skin Concealer is relatively new and I'm excited to use it. In fact, I'll try to use this to cover my pimple next time I have one. And if it works as effectively as the NARS one, I'm gonna throw away the NARS. For rest of the base category, we are keeping 5 and getting rid of 3. For contour / bronzing, realistically, I really only use one product at a time, but I do like the current one that I'm using, which is the Heart Candy Instant Summer Illuminating Powder Bronzer. And this I've had for a couple of years at least. I do use it pretty much every time I use makeup and I haven't hit pan yet. There is a lot of product here. I just really like the buildable color of this. It's like not too yellow, not too gray, perfect for my skin tone and definitely gives like a slight shimmer bronzy look as you can see here. So I'm gonna keep using this. I will declutter this Ulak one because I've had this for a while. I haven't really used it. I think it's more of an eyeshadow shade, but see how it's like a bit more orangey almost and a bit more red? I don't think this is most flattering on my skin, so I'm gonna declutter the Ulak. This I love, especially pairing with my other Merit complexion stick. I basically just picked one up in a darker shade, which is the shade Sepia. And as you can see, it is almost like a dark brown. And I know it looks intimidating on the hand, but you can blend it out into a pretty natural bronzy contouring look. This is definitely more of a true brown and I really like it when I wear the other complexion stick. And it's also perfect for traveling, so you don't have to worry about, you know, powder flying everywhere. The NARS Laguna, this is part of a Sephora birthday gift, so it's the mini version. And this is also more of a true brown type of shade. I also like it is quite buildable. Great size for traveling too. This one I'm really excited about. I got it recently from Charlotte Tilbury. It's their Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. So much product here. I haven't even dug into this yet, but I love the look of this shade. And I feel like I'm now just motivated to use up the Heart Candy one so that I can dive into the Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm only decluttering one bronzer and keeping the rest 4. Blushes, I technically have 10 and I have wear tested all 10 of them, but I'm actually moving these 2 into my lip collection because these are lip and cheek products, but they work better as lip product in my opinion. And from the rest, if you have seen my wear test video, I know for sure I will keep the Merit one. Really beautiful color. It's in the shade Beverly Hills. Just a very balmy, buildable formula. And definitely keeping the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Cheek to Chic. Milani in Luminoso is my all-time favorite shade. Simply the most gorgeous and buildable corally shimmery blush shade. This one I am gonna declutter. It is a beautiful shade, but it's too oily. This I'm also gonna declutter because I think I've had it for a while and I feel like I have too many pink shades. Like these 3 realistically look quite similar, even though they don't look the same color here. They actually look really similar color on my cheek. So I'm gonna declutter this one from One of One by Semois. Actually, I don't even know if this company still exists because I was trying to link this product, but it doesn't seem like it's being sold anywhere. So perfect time to declutter. And out of these two, I do personally prefer the Ilia one because it's got better staying power and it is perfect to travel with. But it does have kind of a purpley undertone. I don't typically like a purple undertone on my skin anyway, but as you blend it out, you can see it like just feels a bit more natural. So I'm torn. It is also a multi-stick, so I can also use it as a lip product when I travel. So I'm gonna keep it for now, see if I use it in my next trip. This Wonder Beauty, it's like another cheek and lip combo. I think you can use both of these products on your cheeks and lip, and it is a very pinky shade. And once you blend it out, again, a little bit goes such a long way. Once you blend it out, it kind of, yeah, this looks more purpley. Actually, I think I just convinced myself to get rid of it because between this and the Ilia one, I think the Ilia looks more natural on my skin. Will keep the Tower 28 though. It's a beautiful corally nudie shade. Again, very blendable. Little bit goes a long way. It does look a bit different from my other corally shades, so I do think I want to keep this in the collection. Out of all the blushes, we're getting rid of 3 and keeping 5. I still feel like 5 blushes is a lot given they are mainly like a neutral corally shade, but I'm gonna hold on to these and revisit. If I don't use some of these, I will keep decluttering. Highlighters, I don't know why I have 4 given half of the time I don't even use a highlight. I know for sure I want to declutter the Tower 28 one. These two are almost identical, the Tower 28 versus the Wonder Beauty. Okay, you really can't see much. This is the Wonder Beauty. I promise I am applying product on my hand. So no effect. And then almost same thing with the Tower 28. I mean, when the light shines on it, you can see a bit of highlight, but I never use this type of highlighter, so I'm gonna get rid of both of them. The ColourPop Lunch Money highlighter is so beautiful. As you can see, I have a hip hand, and this definitely has a subtle highlighting sheen. This one I have recently used a couple of times and I don't know why I don't use it more often. This is also from Freck Beauty. This is their Slime Light hologram highlighter in the shade Big Bang. So essentially it's got a shift to it. Whoa, I just put too much. But as you can see, it's like actually it's similar to my nail color. A bit of a green, yellowy green shift. It is beautiful once you blend it out. And I've actually used it to highlight the center of my eyelids and it's really beautiful too. Yeah, love this. Definitely keeping because it's quite unique. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect highlighter. Look at how beautiful. I do really enjoy this. Look at this champagne gold color. Adds like very beautiful subtle sheen. Actually, I feel like it gives similar effect to Lunch Money, but I think this works better with my skin tone. So decluttering 1 highlighter, keeping 3. This is my only kind of all-in-one face palette. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Instant Look in a palette. This particular one, Stone Rose, has discontinued, but I noticed every holiday season, Charlotte comes up with newer versions of these instant look in a palette. So I will keep using this until I use it up and purchase a replacement, because these are perfect for traveling. All you need is to bring one of these and you are all set with basically the entire face. I love, love, love the convenience of this. There are a bunch of eyeshadows here. I, again, don't know how I end up owning so many. So let's start with the single shadows. This one I already know I'm getting rid of. This is also Oolak. I really liked when I first got it. It's got like a really beautiful sheen to it. I think it's dried out a bit, so it is just a little bit old, but it's like gives me these Stila, what are those things called, like glimmery eyeshadow vibes, but this is just too old. This is another Oolak. It's actually really pretty and there's so much product in here. It's a great kind of one shadow look and it's got beautiful sheen to it. So I feel like I should just, I don't know. Will I need this? Like, I feel like it's a great topper shade. So let's put it on the maybe pile. This is the ColourPop Jelly Much. It just dries out so often, even though it is beautiful shade. Yeah, see, now it's like too dry for me to even properly swatch it for you. It is really beautiful and shimmery, but is it too much effort for me to revive it? And it's like quite old, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Let's get, oh my god, now see I have product everywhere. This other ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade It's a Vibe. This is also a great one shadow look. I like this shade better than the Oolak one, so maybe I'll keep the ColourPop one and declutter the Oolak one. Let's do that. Okay, then I have this brand, AZTK. It is, I believe, a Japanese brand, and I really like these. They're so affordable. Love the packaging, and I just love to use them as like a topper shade or to highlight the center of the lid. This one I might get rid of. I feel like it's a bit too purpley. Let's just swatch it with the other one. My entire hand is so shimmery. The two shades I have here are basically identical, so I am only just gonna keep one. And out of the two, you know what? I don't even know which one I slightly prefer. This one is slightly purpley, and this one is slightly pinky. Wow, they're really so similar. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one because they're basically identical. I'll keep the other. This is more of a single eyeshadow shade, kind of a rusty, orangey color. I do like this though, it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. The Kaja, what's it called? Beauty Bento in the shade Lota Colada. I don't even know if it's still currently available, but this has a more yellowish base. I do really like the texture of the product, and I talked about how it is perfect for traveling. You can so easily throw it in your makeup bag because it doesn't take up space, but I am coming to realize that the yellow, I just don't really like this yellow base shade, and therefore these two shades are kind of existing in my Charlotte Tilbury full face palette, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. But if I ever need a specific small travel eyeshadow palette, I will come back to Kaja and just pick up a more interesting and more flattering combo for me. but the texture of the product is amazing. I also know I've had this for quite a while, so this is probably expired too. Eyeshadow quads. This ColourPop one, I know the color story is just not for me. This I got because it is their astrology collection and it is the Cancer one, and that is my husband's astrology. I mean, does it really matter that much? No, it doesn't really, mean that much to have an astrology palette of your husband's astrology. Also no, but I will swatch it for you because I feel like if you have more of a cooler skin tone, it is a really beautiful quad. But on my skin, on my eyes, every time I use it, it just, yeah, I'm just not sure if it's flattering on me. This is also super old, Estee Lauder. I think it's like a gift with purchase from a long time ago. I will swatch it for you because it is just a very neutral palette and it is mainly matte. Do I need this? I have so many neutral palettes. I don't even know if I've actually used this ever. So I'm just gonna try and use this next time I do my makeup, and if I don't end up using or liking this, I will declutter. This I love. I got it also from Japan. Actually, it's from the same brand as these single ones, AZTK. Intermission. It literally just started pouring, even though, can you see the sun is still there? So, apologies for the lighting change. On second thought, I'm gonna declutter the Estee Lauder one just because I usually, whenever I use a eyeshadow palette, I prefer having a shimmery or just really highlighting shade for inner corner and center of my eyelids, and this palette doesn't give that. So I feel like I would never just grab this and call it a day. I always have to take on an additional shadow, so just not serving the purpose for me. And I know for sure this one is years old, so getting rid of this. Got 4 Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow quads. First one is Walk of No Shame. This is more of a mauvey pinky shade. I've used this quite a bit. All of these are kind of subtle shades, which just makes them really, really buildable. This one I do like. Almost like a corally pinky tone. Actually, this is really similar to the ColourPop single shadow. Let's see. Is it too similar? No, the ColourPop is more peachy. Okay, I can justify keeping both. And then the darker shade in the Charlotte Tilbury quad is this one, like a darker mauve shade. So very wearable. This is Pillow Talk Dreams, which is a shimmery version of the iconic Pillow Talk. So let's just compare. Let's have this one swatched on the side here for a comparison. This one definitely has a stronger color payoff. Oh, you can't see it. Oh my god. See, this is how you know I'm not a beauty YouTuber. Literally, oh, there you go. Better. This is Pillow Talk Dreams. And the first one is Walk of No Shame. They're actually kind of similar, but the Pillow Talk Dreams is more pigmented, has a bit more of a brown undertone, versus this one is like more pinky mauve. Ignore this ColourPop shade here. So both are really neutral. Do you really need both? I don't think so, but I'm gonna keep all of my Charlotte Tilbury products because at this point, I do like to collect them. Next we have the Bella Sophia. I feel like they have discontinued this quad. It's definitely got more of a fall wintry vibes with like almost olive toned shades. So let's swatch them. base shade is usually quite light. In fact, this is really similar to the one in the Walk of No Shame palette. I love this bronzy shade. It's got gold shimmer and really pretty. And this next one is a beautiful matte. That's basically a true brown with slight red undertone. And then this is to almost create a smoky eye look. So darker brown. This whole palette is very much a fall winter palette. So do like that for the colder season. Lastly, this is like a holiday special one. It's called Celestial Eyes. And first of all, love the packaging. This first shade almost has a slight pinky yellowy shift. I don't know my terminologies, guys, but I just love shimmery shades. And this next one is more of a golden shimmer. All of these shades are so beautiful. I think across these 4 quads, my favorite one is this last one because pretty much every shade has shimmer. Camera doesn't even do these shades justice. They are just so gorgeous and shimmery. So definitely keeping this one. In fact, if I were to recommend one palette, if this is still available, I would highly recommend the Celestial Eyes by Charlotte Tilbury. Definitely worth the splurge. I feel like you could somewhat easily get dupes of the other quads before this last one. The shimmers are just so gorgeous and they don't look too over the top when you put them on your eyes. So really love it. I love how this video is just turning into a in-depth swatches and makeup reviews, but we're just getting chatty here. This is my one and only Tom Ford palette in 26 Leopard Sun, and it is beautiful. I'm obsessed with the first shimmery shade. Perfect to highlight inner corner and center of the eye. This next one is reminding me a little bit of the Kaja one, but this has a bit more orangey tone in this. I can make it work. I just really love the first shade. I'm definitely not decluttering this, by the way. It's beautiful. It's got like a corally reddish tone to it. I know people have mixed feelings about the Tom Ford quads because they're so expensive, but I mean, when swatching, like they just glide on so smoothly. I do really love the texture of these. So moving on to bigger palettes, I have 5. This one, I basically just took out my favorite shades from the ColourPop Nude Mood palette. This, I think it might be from Oolog. It is a red eyeshadow. Now, I don't think I will ever need a red, so I'm gonna declutter this one. The other ColourPop 9 pan that I have is Coastal Coral. I like the color story. I thought they would look nice on me, but I feel like they kind of come off really red. I might do the same thing that I do with Nude Mood, where I just take out the ones that I will for sure use and add them to this magnetic little customized palette. This is the Disney Princess ColourPop palette. Don't think it's available anymore, but I will be honest, I bought this mainly for the packaging. But I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should do the same and pick out the ones I will for sure use to add to this magnetic palette, because I don't know if you can tell, I've realized that ColourPop, especially matte shades, tend to have big fallout issues unless it's a really light matte shade, and I just don't see myself using shades like these purpley ones. They're just, yeah, this whole palette, it's not the most flattering on me. Then we have the By Mario Master Metals. I think you're supposed to mix it with some sort of solution. I just never got the solution, but I do enjoy these metallic shades. As you can see, they're all quite unique. So let's swatch them all. The first one is this beautiful blue metallic. Love it. This yellow one, really it's like a gold, yellowy gold. Works really well with the next copper one. And I also use the following shade here to sometimes set the base on my eye. And you have another colorful one, this pinky, almost slight purpley shade. Yeah, these all have great color payoff. In fact, when I compare them with the other colorful palette that I have from Musée Beauty, this is their Impressionism palette. It is gorgeous because of the art, again, the packaging, and it's got like a huge mirror. And I don't know, realistically, these colors are more everyday friendly, but the only reason I might be keeping this is for, I don't know, Halloween, for any sort of like dressing up situations. These greens, like these two are too similar. Even with this blue is a bit similar too. Actually, let's compare the blues. This is, ooh, oh, it is pretty. It's like a mermaidy blue. Wow, okay, that is gorgeous. See, I would swatch these and they will look beautiful when you swatch them, but then I ask myself, when realistically am I gonna actually wear them? Yeah, these colors are definitely not dupes. As you can see, the Musée Beauty ones are more vibrant. Let's swatch this green shade. This is the perfect palette for Christmas, St. Patrick's Day, all of those. So, okay, I've convinced myself. I will keep both of these colorful palettes, but I may just put this at the bottom of the drawer. Out of all the eyeshadow products, I am decluttering 10 and keeping 12. It is the next day. So last night I actually finished building my own custom palette. This is the combination of my favorite shades from ColourPop's Nude Mood, Coastal Coral, and Disney Princess palettes. And this is just the Super Shock in the shade Amaze. I'm very happy I swatched all of the ColourPop shades I have and just picked out the ones that I will realistically use. So I can kind of create a more corally look with this line and a more everyday neutral look with this line of shadows. And these two are great for inner corner. These two are great for center of the lid. Moving on to some brow and eyeliner and mascara products. I know for sure I do not need these. I haven't even opened them, unfortunately, but I've attempted, but I'm A, bad at putting on fake eyelashes, and B, I'm just not into that super dramatic vibe anymore, and I just can't think of any occasion I would need to put on falsies, so I'm gonna declutter these. All of these, by the way, are unopened products, and this tray has everything that I am using at the moment. This is my favorite eyelash curler from Shuamura, really comfortable. And I have my NYX eyebrow powder pencil. And this mascara, I am almost done. This is the Ilia mascara. I like it, but I don't think I'll repurchase. I mean, you will see why. I have a lot of backups. This is really great. The L'Oreal Voluminous Primer in a white color. and you put it on your lashes before mascara, I've found that every time I use this, I only need one coat of mascara. So, and it's really affordable. So it's a great way to essentially prolong the life of your mascara. This is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Yogurt. This is great to highlight the inner corner of your eye as well as for waterline. So we'll keep using this. This is my eyeliner at the moment. This is from a Chinese brand, Judy Dole. This is a liquid eyeliner. It is super affordable and it works really well. And this, I think I'm gonna get rid of as well. It's a lash glue liner from Kiss. Again, I got it to use for falsies and I've never successfully used it, and also at this point I will not wear falsies, so there's no point keeping this. Of course, I'm gonna keep all of these unopened products. The reason I have so many is, well, first of all, these four are my liquid eyeliner backups. I got these 3 from Japan. They're basically the same, the Herring Make liquid eyeliner. I think these 2 are brown and this one is black. I love these. I will forever repurchase them. This one, the Double Take by Tarte, comes with a pack together with these 3 Tarte mascara. I got it as a gift, so I'm excited to try the Tarte eyeliner. And then I've already used this one in the past. I really like the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This is gorgeous, full, long-lasting, and just beautiful mascara from Tarte. I have not tried any of these yet. The Tartelette Tubing Mascara, as well as, what is this one called? Man Eater mascara. I've actually never heard anyone talking about this, so I'm excited. I have good impression on Tarte products, so I'm excited to try these, but I only always just have one mascara open because they dry out so fast, and I feel like the Ilia is on its last life, so I am excited to pick the next mascara I'll tackle. While we're talking about mascara, I do have a few more. Oh my god, so many mascaras. These 2 are the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. These are just sample size, great for traveling. And this is, I think, yeah, the actual full-size push-up lashes. They work fine, but I feel like they are a bit more expensive than what it is. So I don't think I'll repurchase this, but I just love Charlotte Tilbury packaging, so I want every single product from Charlotte Tilbury at this point. This one, the Il Makiage mascara, I have used a couple up before. Love this a lot. It's got also volumizing as well as lengthening effect. Super easy to apply. This is a Buxom mascara. To be honest, I don't remember when I got this, but it is, again, unopened. It's a waterproof mascara, so I feel like this would be a great one to break out in the summertime when I'm sweating more. This is actually a mascara remover by Herring Make, the same brand that my favorite liquid liner is from, and this works really well. It takes off mascara super quickly, including waterproof ones. So this is just my backup and will forever repurchase. I have 3 backup brow products. This first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Fix Clear Brow Gel. This comes in a set with the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes, so I'm excited to see. I don't typically use brow gel, but I want to see if it makes any difference in like making my brows look a bit neater. This is another brow gel. This is the Kosas Air Brow in Clear Lifting Treatment Gel. I'm excited to try this out too. This is this year's Sephora birthday gift. And then this, I think it's a Chinese brand, Florid. It's not even a real word. Anyways, but this is a very, very thin, retractable brow pencil, I guess. And it's got spoolie on the other end. I just love how thin it is. I remember it's really affordable too. So this will probably be the next brow product I use after I finish the NYX brow pencil. So I just put all of the backups in this tray here, and this tray is my current everyday liner and brow and random eye products tray. Out of all of these, I am just decluttering anything related to false lashes. Time to tackle lips. I do have a lot of lip products. This is just the lip balm and oil category. I do have a lip declutter video, but I have since acquired a few more, and this time around I'm gonna be very brutal. If anything has expired, I will not hold sentimental value and unfortunately have to declutter them because, first of all, a single person does not need, I think at this point I have probably 80-90 lip products. Yeah, it's not necessary. So I'm gonna be brutal here. Starting with the lip balm. So these two are new, not opened, Glossier Balm.com. I have used a few different flavors or scents in the past. I have never used the unflavored one, and this one is the birthday. So whenever I finish existing lip balm, I will break into these. I do enjoy using them, however, I probably will not repurchase because this is my favorite packaging for lip balm. This is the DHC lip cream, and it just rolls up like this, super easy to apply, very moisturizing. I have used quite a few of these up, and as you can see, there is actually not much left in this one. So excited to use this up. I also have it in the colored version. This one is like an orangey color. Really beautiful and very summery on the lips. So I like to use this in the summertime, and it's so compact and travel friendly as well. This is another corally, almost orangey shade. This is from Ulak. It's also a tinted lip balm. As you can see, this is pulling a bit more yellowy, whereas the DHC one has more of a like coral shade. I really, really like this also for the hot weather or when I'm on vacation. This is the Chanel Rouge Cocoa Balm in the shade 916. This actually has a very similar color as the DHC one. I feel like the Chanel one is ever so slightly more vibrant. To be honest, I bought it because of the beautiful packaging, but I do enjoy this, and it definitely moisturizes my lip. This is the only shade that I like from the entire line, so I'm happy that I have this, and will probably put this in one of my handbags. And I have two Charlotte Tilbury like lip balmy product. This one is in the shade Pillow Talk. I don't remember the product name of this. It is a very almost juicy tinted lip balm. The only thing I don't like is I feel like this particular formula makes the Pillow Talk shade very purpley. Pillow Talk and some other formulations don't actually look this way. I'll swatch for you later, but this one I basically only wear it in the winter time. I've actually used a good amount of this. There's still, yeah, a lot left. This formulation I do prefer. This is, I think they're halogen lip or something, also in the Pillow Talk shade. So it's one of those once you kind of pull it out, you can't retract it back in type of product. And see what I mean? It's the same shade Pillow Talk, but this formulation just has less purpley undertone, and I definitely prefer this shade over the previous one. And they both have actually really similar effect. Maybe this one is slightly glossier, but I mean, it feels really, really similar on the skin. And if I were to recommend one, I would recommend this formula over this one, especially in the Pillow Talk shade. Then I have the Dior Lip Glow. This one is in the shade 012 Rosewood. So it's a really beautiful rosy corally shade. Actually, probably more pinky corally, especially compared to the Pillow Talk shades. And it's very comfortable to wear on the lips. Beautiful shade, and there's so many shades in this line, so I'm excited to keep using it. These are my lip oils. I have 3 from Merit. My favorite one is for sure taupe, and it is just the best neutral shade for lip oil. It's kind of hard to swatch it because I feel like they don't tend to have too strong of a color payoff, but on the lips, this is really beautiful. I actually have worn this quite a bit. Out of these 2, I'm tempted to declutter this shade, which is Marrakesh. This is more of a pinky shade, as you can see here. I don't know, I just don't wear this type of shades enough. Let me swatch this other one. This one is Cara Cara. Definitely more up my alley because it's a bit more corally. I do like the formula though, and they, I know, haven't expired yet, so maybe I'll use them for another season and hopefully I can get the most use out of them before they expire. This is a part of the Sephora birthday gift this year, the Kosas Wet Lip Oil, and I actually prefer this formula to the Merit one because I feel like this has a better color payoff. I know it looks a bit brownish mauvey on the lips. It's really, really pretty. I do really like this shade, and it's glossier than the Merit ones. So very impressed by the Kosas Wet Lip Oil, and I think I'm just gonna keep all of these lip balm, lip oil products because I do think they are the most everyday friendly, even for no makeup days, and I will make it a mission to basically sprinkle these throughout my handbag so that I can make sure I use them all. I have 9 lip glosses. I know for sure out of these 3 Tower 28 mini lip glosses, I don't think I ever use this one, XOXO. Every time I wear a red lip or pink lip, I never like to wear lip gloss over, and therefore this basically have no use in my collection. So I'm gonna declutter this one. This is an orangey shade, Fire. I like this, although I feel like on the lips it will give probably similar effect to the Oolak one. Let's compare the shades. The Oolak, oh yeah, the Oolak is a bit more yellow. So, okay, I'm gonna keep the orangey one. This is just a clear lip gloss, and it is nice, but to be honest, I don't remember the last time I wore a clear lip gloss. And also, I don't know if you can see, it's like turned in color because I'm pretty sure I've used some colored lip and then applied this on top. So I'm gonna declutter this because I feel like I would just not use it. These 2 are the e.l.f. and Dunkin' Donut collection. This orangey one looks really similar to the 12 or 28, pretty much the exact same shape, but these ones are stickier and they smell like donuts. I just no longer like products with very strong scents, so I'm gonna declutter these. Also, I've had these for a few years. They might as well just have expired. And let's look at this pinky shade. I feel like this is, yeah, it's like quite similar to the Tower 28 one that I decluttered, and I will probably never use a lip gloss in this shade, so I'm going to declutter both. This Oolak one, I remember really liking the color of this. It's like a shimmery shade, but it does feel really sticky on the arm. So realistically, will I wear it? Also, it smells a bit chemical-y. I don't know. It doesn't have the best smell. So you know what? I'm gonna declutter this one because I don't remember the last time I have worn this. This I love. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so bad with these product names, but oh, this is another Pillow Talk shade. Whatever this name is, it's one of their new lip gloss formulas. This Pillow Talk shade, again, is also different from the two balmy products. In fact, I will swatch them side by side for you. This is the collagen one. See how purple it looks? Right next to the other Pillow Talk. And then this is the tinted lip balm that is even more purple. So I don't understand how the lip gloss is almost corally versus this one is between pinky and purpley, and this one is all purpley. These two buxom lip glosses, I know for sure I really enjoyed and have recently used this shade called Apple. It's like a very vibrant, almost like neon-y baby pink. And this is White Russian, which I believe is a very famous shade by Buxom. Yeah, this one has more of a most white tint to it, and it's not as glittery as the April shade. I also really enjoy this. These are just great for the summertime, so I'm gonna try and rotate through these four that I'm keeping. I just put it on my lips off camera, and I'm actually gonna declutter the Tower 28 lip gloss in this orangey shade Fire. So basically I'm decluttering all the Tower 28 glosses because they feel really sticky. If I am feeling a lip gloss that day, I would 100% go for one of these three over any of these. So out of the lip gloss category, I am decluttering 6 and only keeping 3 that I know for sure I have been using and loving. Pink lips. Where do we start? Maybe from a beauty brand that no longer exists, which is Marc Jacobs. This is another year's Sephora birthday gift. I do really like this pinky mauve shade. It looks really beautiful on the lips, and it actually still feels so amazing. This texture is truly amazing. It's in the shade Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but I have had this for definitely well over 5 years, and I feel like I've got good use out of this, and at this point it is probably way beyond expired for me to use it. So even though I do love this itty bitty packaging, I'm gonna unfortunately have to trash it. This I know for sure is another really old product. This is from Lancome in the shade 340 All Done Up, and it's another beautiful, actually kind of similar to the, oh, not similar at all. I was gonna say in the tube it kind of looks similar to the Marc Jacobs one, but over here, as you can see, it pulls a bit more pink. I do really like it on my lips, but I've had this for a very long time, and I don't feel like it is wise to keep using expired lip products. So I'm gonna remember the shade name, and if I ever am in the need for a new pinky lip shade, I will be coming back to this. I do really like this. In fact, I prefer this shade to the Marc Jacobs one. This is from Korean brand Romand. This is their Velvet Lip Tint in the shade number 1 Melting. It's a velvet liquid lipstick and very vibrant pinky reddish color. Really beautiful, but it is a bit more drying than my Giorgio Armani ones, which I will show you. I have quite a few. And so because of that, I am tempted to declutter. There is a date that is 2022 11/11. Now I'm trying to figure out if this is the production day or the expiration day. I think even if it's the production day, it's been well over a year and a half. So it probably expired, which means I probably should not be using this anymore. So goodbye. This is a Chinese brand called Color Key. I bought it because I love the ice cream packaging. I am a sucker for packaging. So unfortunately, sometimes I fall in the trap. And this is a kind of purpley mauvey shade. It also has like a scent to it, which I don't completely enjoy. I think it's time to say goodbye. I feel like I only got this because of packaging, and I just have not been finding an occasion to use this. This is the ColourPop Hello Kitty collaboration. I have just realized there is a crack in the packaging. Don't know if you can see. Oh, you can see it here. Maybe somehow I dropped it, or I don't know why it broke, but I really love the formulation of these. Although I know that I've had these for a good while, I feel like it might be time to say goodbye. Another ColourPop pinky mauvey shade. This is the Luxe. I think this is their like liquid lipstick. I've used this a few times for sure. Ooh, this looks really similar to whatever this one is. I think it's the Romand one. Yeah, this is a bit more mauvey than the Romand. And as you can see, it just feels so velvety smooth. I do really, really like it. But I also know I've had it for a while. It's in the shade Air Kiss, by the way. I think it's a very popular shade. I'm going to put it in the maybe. This is a Korean brand called APU. It's their Water Light Tint. And it's in the shade CR02. Ooh, I feel like this one has expired too. It says 2022 5/23. So even if that's a production day, it has probably long expired. I do really like, as you can see, it's like watery, pigmented, and glossy. I feel like I want to repurchase this. I know they've changed packaging for sure, so no longer it looks like this. I do like this holographic packaging, so fun, but again, I've just had this for too long. I feel like I truly have been using mostly expired lip products for at least the past year, and even though there's nothing wrong with my lips so far, that's probably not healthy. So this next one is from PYT Beauty. It is their Sorry Not Sorry lipstick in Popping Poppy. I remember this being quite a vibrant pink. Yeah, do like that for a pop of vibrant pink. This one I know for sure has expired because I've had these tiny little MAC holiday collection lipsticks for probably 5+ years, 4 or 5 years, and they definitely have expired. This is in the shade Relentlessly Red. It's their Retro Matte lipstick. I have thought about just keeping these because of the cute packaging, but I don't have space for
having a memory box of cute lipsticks because of packaging. I do really like this shade though. This actually looks really, really similar to the PYT one. So I'm glad I'm keeping the PYT one if I want a similar look to Relentlessly Red. But before I throw this away, can we appreciate the gorgeous packaging? And they're so tiny and so cute. I'm so sad that I've held on to them for so long and now they're expired and I did not use them often enough. This is the Kaja Heart Melter in the shade 02 Sweet Talk. Got this really cute heart applicator, another one of those clicky ones where you can't retract the product back, and it is more of a purpley pinky shade, pretty vibrant, and I am in two minds because I do really like the formula of this, but this shade is not my favorite. Oh, expiration 2026, May 26. Okay, well, this still has like 2 years of life in it. So I feel like, okay, I'm gonna put this in the maybe. Let's decide later. I've got two Charlotte Tilbury pinky shades. First of all, the packaging is so beautiful. This first one called Glowing Gen, I know for sure I have enjoyed using. This is your typical mauvey pinky shade. This one is actually new. This is the In Love with Olivia. It's not a new shade to Charlotte, but I recently acquired this. Actually, it might be more of a nudie shade. Yeah, I might put this in the nude category because I do really like this shade. I think this is going to be very flattering on the lip. Yay, very excited. Okay, so the two maybes. I am going to keep this Kaja one because I'm getting rid of all of the other like purpley pinky shades. So I feel like if I ever feel like wearing something slightly out of my comfort zone, I'll go for this. And then I do want to keep the ColourPop Luxe because it is a beautiful shade and formula over here. So out of all the pinky lips, I'm keeping these 5 and decluttering these 7. Coral lips. This might be the hardest subset of lip products to declutter because coral lips are my favorite. So why don't we start with the expired ones? The NYX Butter Gloss, I actually used it the other day and I think this was the first time I realized, ooh, this product is possibly expired because it just feels weird on the lips. Still swatches really nice, but I think you're starting to see like random particles in this, which is probably not a great sign. So if I ever need another gloss like this, I will just repurchase. I do like the shade Creme Brulee, but I've also been recently really enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury gloss that I don't gravitate towards this anymore, so declutter. By the way, I have all of the lip products swatched on my lips in a whole playlist of lip swatch videos, which is also by these categories. So if you want to see how it looks like on the lips, I will leave the playlist in the description. This Evio Beauty one or Evio Beauty one, I talked about it in the video when I swatched all of these coral ones. These two are really similar. And I actually slightly prefer the shade from this Evio Beauty. I do wonder if this one has also expired because I've had this for over 3 years. And I'm also starting to see random particles in this. So I'm gonna unfortunately get rid of this. Found another MAC holiday collection mini lipstick. This is probably one of my favorites in the shade Sea Sheer. So I will buy the full one if I ever feel like getting this back in my collection. But at this point, I am simply just throwing away these lipsticks. This is a relatively new, actually this is probably the newest in this whole set. It's from a Chinese brand, Into You. I got this when I was back in China at the end of last year. This is a velvet lipstick or liquid lipstick, and it is a beautiful, I mean it looks kind of nude here, but it definitely has that like slight corally tint to it, and it is really comfortable on the lips. Slightly drying, I will say, but it just, the effect of it is so beautiful. So definitely not getting rid of this, and the packaging is really cute. This one, I'm debating if I should hold on to this. Long expired. This could possibly be one of my very first lip products. This is the Rimmel and Kate line in the shade 38. Got this because this was mentioned by Zoella probably 10 years ago now, when she was still uploading to her Zoella channel. I mean, you can see it's so beautiful to this day, but I have not seen this anywhere. They must have discontinued this lipstick. It's so gorgeous. Ugh, I wonder if I should keep this just for reference to remind me this is my favorite shade. Okay, let me put this in the maybe. I know I'm contradicting myself because this has long expired, but I don't know if I'm ready to let it go. Okay, let's talk about these two other ColourPop Hello Kitty lips. This first one is in the shade Tropic Cute, and it is a very nice bright corally shade. I was wearing these actually recently when I went on my baby moon, and I feel like I'm starting to see random particles again, and I know that they have expired. So even though I do love these shades, both of these actually I love a lot, and they feel really nice on the lips, I think it's time to let them go. Oh, this is my favorite color palette. Just 50 Shades of Coral. This ColourPop Just a Tint in the shade Rise and Shine. I know this has expired. I do really love this shade though. It is another one of my just favorite shade of coral. And it smells amazing. This smells like bubblegum. This is the one scent that I will tolerate. Feel like I should declutter, and if I want it back, I should just repurchase. Oh, but I did keep, what is this? The Luxe liquid lipstick, which I bought, I think both of these around the same time. I am so torn. I see why it's so hard to declutter, especially when you just love the product so much. I mean, they're affordable enough that I should just repurchase. Let me think about this. I'm gonna put this in the maybe. Okay, these two from Freck Beauty. So these are their cheek slime, which technically can be used as blush as well as lip product. When I talked about blushes, I did say that these don't blend out well enough on the cheeks, and I actually mentioned it in my blush swatches video too, but they do look really nice just as lip shades. So this one has almost like a red-ish tone under. This one is more of a nudie coral shade. This is Cuffed and this is Fielding. I do really enjoy both. Ooh, this Cuffed looks really similar to whatever this shade is. Almost identical to the Rimmel shade. Now I don't feel bad if I have to declutter the Rimmel. This is actually from Zara Beauty. When I checked again, I don't think they still have these corally nudie shade. that feels really nice on the lips. It's your classic lipstick formula. And I quite like the packaging, and it has not expired, so I'm gonna keep this. This is the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro in the shade 109. And I have actually a dedicated video swatching all the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestros that I have. And I really like this. Oh my god, this is like identical to whatever this shade is. I feel like this is the Into You. Hold on. Is that really identical? Yeah, it is. Okay. So this Into You one is kind of a more matte version of the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro. No wonder I really enjoyed the Into You shade because I owned this one first and I remember really liking this. So definitely keeping. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Sexy Sienna. So this is a, if I remember, more vibrant, right, corally, almost pinky as well shade. Very, very comfortable, beautiful on the lips. I will say that I love all of these coral shades actually, but 6 of them have definitely expired and I'm decluttering and I am keeping the rest 7. These are all of the nudes, which is gonna be another hard category to declutter because in my last declutter, I remember I got rid of all the unflattering nude shades. So all of these, as I'm looking at them now, they are actually all very flattering. Oh, okay, let's start with the clear loser here, the expired MAC Mini Holiday Lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy, which is such a classic. It is really flattering on the lips, but definitely expired, so goodbye. Then we have the e.l.f. Seriously Satin Lipstick in the shade Nectar. This is a beautiful nude with almost a slight coral undertone. I really like this, so definitely keeping. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche Plum Shine in the shade 107. I love the L'Oreal Color Riche line, whether it's the plumping or the non-plumping ones. As you can see, it is a beautiful nudie shade. And it is moisturizing on the lips. It has a slight glossy finish. It's just very easy to use product. I've used a good chunk of it. There's still like half of it left. But I just can't remember when I bought this. I do feel like it's been a while since I had this. So I'm going to put this in the maybe. This is also from the Chinese brand Judy Doll. This is like a glassy nude lip. Ooh, look how pretty. I think I had this within the last couple of years, so I'm gonna keep holding on to this. I do really like this in the fall. It's really, really beautiful. And this next one from Seizan, I think it's a Japanese brand. It's the Watery Tint Lip in 08. It's a very, very similar one to the Judy Doll. Just slightly more red undertone versus the Judy Doll has slightly coral undertone, but on the lips you really can't tell the difference. I did get this from Japan somewhat recently, so I'm also keeping these. I feel like these two products, I only need one of them, but I do like both. This is another Zara lip that I don't know if they're still doing, but it is a nudie shade. It has a bit of a mauve, almost gray tone in it. So I feel like, I'm not sure if I will be gravitating towards it, but as you can see, it glides on so smoothly. It's a really great formula. It's so underrated, the Zara one. I feel like only a few people talked about it when Zara first came out with their lipsticks, and then now nobody talks about Zara Beauty. I do also really like the packaging, but I'm gonna put this in the maybe. This is a mini one from Dior in the shade 100. It's the Nude Look Matte. So actually this one looks really similar to the Zara one. Yeah, in fact, this has a slightly corally undertone. I think I prefer the Dior over the Zara, so I'm gonna declutter the Zara. This is a Tom Ford one, also a mini lipstick, lip color in 1T Joe. I think I've had this for a hot minute as well, but actually this is very similar to the other ones, but I do like the shade of it. I feel like it is kind of similar to the Dior. This is maybe, actually, this is slightly less pinky, but on the lips, I feel like it probably gives the exact same look as the Dior. But I will keep this because I do love the packaging. I'm gonna pretend that it hasn't expired, even though I have a good feeling it might have expired. Now we have for Charlotte Tilbury one. This is the one that I just watched that got miscategorized in the pink category, the In Love with Olivia, because I feel like this pulls more nude. This next one is in the shade Bitch Perfect. Ooh, this is possibly my all-time favorite Charlotte Tilbury shade. It is a corally nude, perfect for the summertime. So love that. This is super fabulous. It's a deeper nude for the fall winter, almost like a brownish nude. Very pretty for fall winter. Also love this. Oh, look at the special packaging. It is Nude Romance, and this is also a great colder weather nude. So definitely keeping all of my Charlotte Tilburys. Then I have two Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro. They look identical almost in the two, but they're different shades. The first one is 200. This is another great shade for the wintry season. Love that. And then this is the shade 102. This is even darker. It's like a brown slash slightly mauvey shade. I feel like this kind of looks similar to these darker Charlotte Tilbury ones, but it's a different finish and it is more long-lasting. These lip maestros will stay on your lips all day, which is great, which means I don't have to take them to touch up throughout the day. So definitely keeping both. I think I'm gonna declutter the L'Oreal just because I feel like, you know what? I wonder if it looks similar to the Buxom lip gloss. I know it's different formula, but oh my god, look. I mean, the Buxom one is a bit lighter, pinkier, but it actually has really similar feel to the L'Oreal one. So I'm gonna keep the Buxom and declutter the L'Oreal because I feel like this has expired. Out of all the new shades, I'm keeping these 11 and decluttering these 3. We've got some pretty bright orangey shades. This one is probably the most proper orange out of all. This is from Ulak again. They just sent me like a bunch of beauty products one time, so I have so many products from Ulak. I know they're kind of a random brand, but look at this orange. It's like truly a paint orangey shade, and it feels like paint as well. It has a weird chemical smell. Maybe I should get rid of it. I feel like somehow some of these Ulak products, except for this tinted lip balm that I really love, I have not loved their other lip formulas, even though the color payoff is really gorgeous. I just don't like the scent, so I feel like I will not use this. Declutter. This though, from L'Oreal, this is in the shade 410 Volcanic. This is very similar actually to the Oolong shade, and I feel like I would go for this one anyways, between this and the Oolong one. And don't think this has expired yet, hopefully. So I'm gonna hold on to this. This just has a very traditional lipstick smell, so if you don't like that scent, I wouldn't recommend, but I think I'm fine with that. This is the Merit signature lip, I believe, in the shade Cobble, which is more of a everyday friendly orangey shade. Yeah, it is definitely more daytime friendly versus I feel like I'd wear the L'Oreal one for like events or concerts or, you know, holiday special occasions, but this Merit one is definitely everyday friendly. Definitely keeping. This one, I feel like it's time to let go, even though I love the packaging. It is the Chanel Rouge Coco in the shade 410 Tehran. Fairly sure that they no longer have this shade because I got this definitely over 5 years ago from an airport. And this is beautiful. Well, first of all, I kind of smashed it in that I accidentally just bumped it and now it's like all jagged and barely holding together. But I will swatch for you because look at this. It's like a pinky shimmery orangey shade. It's really, really beautiful. In fact, I wonder if it is similar to the PYT Beauty one, or maybe not. Yeah, no, the PYT Beauty is more purpley, never mind. But I do really like this color. It is just probably long expired and I should not be holding on to it just because it's got luxurious packaging. These two Lip Maestros, the first one is in the shade 205. This is, yeah, beautiful, almost like a maple leaf color. What I love about these is you can kind of blend them out to make them a bit more everyday friendly. And this is in the shade 208. This has a bit more almost yellow undertone on it. Also really, really pretty. I know these are all kind of similar, but I do like my orangey coral colors. Out of the 6, I am keeping 4 and getting rid of 2. Lastly, all of the reds. We already know what we're gonna do with the MAC ones. I will swatch for you. Before I declutter, this is Chili. All of these MAC ones in this holiday set are just classic MAC shades, which I really appreciate. I feel like if I want the MACs back in my life, I will just keep an eye out for another one of these like mini holiday sets, just because they are so great to put in any size handbag and you can experiment with many shades and you don't have to feel like you're wasting a lot, because I never use up full-size lip color, so I feel like these mini ones are way to go. So that's Chili, beautiful darker red. And then the next one is the classic Ruby Woo, which is a lot of people's all-time favorite red, and I can definitely see why, but they're too old, so goodbye. This is older than the mini ones. This is the MAC Miley Cyrus collaboration. Again, for possibly one of my first lipsticks ever. This is in the shade Viva Glam Miley Cyrus 2. It's even got her signature on the tube. It is actually possibly my all-time favorite red because it's got kind of a neon-y pinky tone / corally tone on it. It's just really flattering on my lips. I've actually, given it's a red lipstick, I've used a good amount of it. Yeah, as you can see here. So I don't feel too bad that I have to declutter it because yeah, I feel like it's gonna grow something very soon. In fact, it feels slightly tingly on my arm now, so probably not a great sign, but thank you for supporting me through my basically early 20s, and I will cherish this memory that I had with the MAC Miley Cyrus collaboration. Merit Signature Lip in the shade Aperitif. It is the Merit version of a True Red. And it's also a more everyday friendly red. As you can see, it's not like neon or not super vibrant. So I feel like this is just good to wear during the holiday season, but if you don't want to feel too like Christmassy, this is a great shade. It feels really comfortable. I love the Merit Signature Lip formulation. The NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Amsterdam. This is long expired. I do really like the, oh, look at this color. It's another blue tone True Red, kind of similar to Ruby Woo actually. Let me swatch right next to Ruby Woo. If you want a dupe in the shade color, this is basically perfect dupe for Ruby Woo. They're not the same finish, but the color is the exact same, but this has expired, so getting rid of it. This is the other Romand lip that I have in Tan Fever. I think this has also expired, but I will also swatch it for you. Again, more of a everyday friendly red, but I feel like it's actually similar to the Merit one. Yeah, and I'm glad I already have the Merit one, so I don't have to keep a duplicate. This is my Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro in 405. This is my favorite Lip Maestro shade. Look at this. It's like a red with an slight coral undertone. Really beautiful. I've worn this quite a bit. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury 1975 red. This is basically the most iconic Charlotte Tilbury red. This is more of a warm tone red, which I anyways think is better than Ruby Woo, like the cool tone type of red. So I'm so glad that I have it in my collection. And it actually reminds me a bit of my, yeah, MAC Miley Cyrus red lip. Yay! I basically, yeah, these two on camera, they look identical. In person, they look quite similar as well. So very glad I have a true vibrant red in my collection. Out of all the reds, I am keeping 3 and getting rid of these 5 that have all expired. Let's do the final roundup. I feel like it's just a good chance to take a look. If you also have a somewhat sizable makeup collection, make sure you are decluttering the expired ones and only keeping the ones that you absolutely love. My favorite part of the collection is definitely all of the lip products. I am keeping 45 that I know for sure I will enjoy every single one of them. And they have, I think for the most part, not expired. Most of 95% of them have 100% not expired. And I am decluttering 29 lip products, which some of these are my all-time favorites, but it's just time to let the expired ones go. Hopefully this encourages you to do your little declutter, and just remember, only keep things that you love and will use. Maybe 1 or 2 sentimental pieces. That's